Welcome to episode
13.
13 of Tuesday Night Football. I am with my sworn enemy, my opponent, the one thing in front of me in the conference championship, K. Nicholson.
Kenny Nicholson is my name, yes.
Yeah, today's gonna be. Listen, folks, today's not gonna be a hunky dory. We're all friends here. No, none of that today. All right, we're doing this because this is our job. We have to do this. They pay us. We're professionals. All right, but today, I don't even want to look at this man. I don't even want to look at him.
Yeah, it's a big week, fantasy wise. Richard and I, if you don't know, we play each other in the playoffs. I am very confident going into this weekend. I think my team's a powerhouse. We're going to talk about that today, though. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
no,
are.
Richard is not my friend this week.
We're just messing. We literally have to volunteer with each other on Saturday. All right, let's get bopping to it. All right, we won't talk about our game first. That's obviously we all understand that. We will get into the other playoff game. We got the Philly Specials, Mike, versus the warmongering Meerkats, JJ. Let's get into it. What do you think?
Yeah, so and just to give the high level overview, we got two games this week. Richard and I play each other, and JJ and Mike play each other. Jared and Nick, just to reiterate from last episode, by the way, shout out to our family and friends for the support on the last episode.
Shout out to our
I
family and
mean,
friends, man.
7 likes. Or 6 likes, 7 comments. We're almost at 40 views.
That's
That is one of
insane.
our best
That's
videos ever.
insane.
Shout out to you guys. We love you.
Shout out to the F and F, the family and friends, man. You guys are killing it. Bigs, we
Love you
feel the
guys.
love. Listen, don't think that the love isn't felt because we feel it big time.
Yeah. So, but back to business here. We got two matchups. So going over the first one, Mike versus JJ. Just doing a quick pick because I've been looking at the matchups all day. That's all I do. I'm gonna pick Mike. And the reason I'm picking Mike is because JJ's team's a little banged up. Obviously, this is a must-win game. This is playoff time. This is what we all play for. But Mike's got Jalen Hurts at QB compared to JJ's Russell Wilson, which I do think that the Broncos could have a good game. But Jalen Hurts, obviously, from a fantasy perspective, playing Seattle, good matchup there. And yeah, man, Mike has Saquon, Bijan, Diggs, Cup, Kelsey, Devontae Smith, his flex, Marquise Brown. I don't think he's playing. But he's got a really solid squad. He's got a really, really good matchups this week. JJ's, on the other hand, dealing with injuries. Pacheco not playing. Justin Jefferson's banged up. He'll probably play, but he's got Nick Mullins throwing to him. So that causes its own challenges there. I'm sure JJ will plug in Amari or Gus Edwards.
Yep.
But I'm going to go JJ or Mike this week.
Yep. Because we're a podcast, we're a little debate show. I'll take JJ. I'm gonna take JJ here in the spot. Let me preface this by saying Mike is a very talented team. I would not be surprised either way if Mike won. But just for the sake of argument, I'm going to give JJ some shine here. Um, Obviously, he's got Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson, even with Nick Mullins, is going to have a good game. They're at the Bengals. Bengals are a pretty solid defense. I don't think they have. I'm not sure. I think they're only super solid defender on defense that I know of in the secondary is Cam Taylor Britt. I don't think he's playing. I think he's on IR. I don't really know who their cornerbacks are. I don't remember them having great lockdown cornerbacks. So this could be a good spot for Justin Jefferson, even with Nick Mullins playing. I think Justin Jefferson wants a little respect on his name. I think it's been a while since he's been in the conversation as the best wide receiver because of his injuries. I think this might be a breakout spot for him. He also has the injury to Pacheco. We all know that. That stinks. That's unfortunate. Come playoff time, he's been a bell cow. Guy runs his butt off, runs angry. I think he's going to plug Cooper in there. Amari Cooper, 14 targets first week with Joe Flacco. That's big time. That's a lot of targets. A big target share. And they're playing Chicago, who doesn't have the best defense. So I could see some serious production out of Amari Cooper, even with the loss of Isaiah Pacheco. Chiefs at New England. I think we all know that the Chiefs defense are very good and New England's offense is not very great. I'm going to take JJ in the spot. But like I said, Mike has these are two really talented teams. I can see either way, but I'm going to take JJ.
That's a good call out though. The Browns, it's shocking. Joe Flacco, he made his return to the Jets for those that don't know. And I'm pretty sure they led the league in pass rate. Since he's been on the Browns are number one in the NFL in pass rate, meaning they throw the most. So if you look at opportunities, look at targets, that's a fair argument for Amari Cooper. So that could be
Yep.
a sleeper right there. But
Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then obviously I face the enemy, the man I'm talking to right now. Kenny versus me. Kenny has a 52% chance of winning. Yeah, man. I'm the underdog. They always say the underdogs usually don't come out on top. So nobody likes a real underdog story. So yeah. Let me advocate for my team real quick. Jahmyr Gibbs gonna get in the end zone. Devon Achane, he's gonna play. Rashid Rice, he is certified wide receiver one in Kansas City. Taysom Hill didn't play last week. He's gonna play versus the Giants. That's a stingy defense, a lot of goal line opportunities. Evan Ingram, wide receiver one in Jacksonville. Joe Mixon, stud. He's gonna get points. Um, Falcons defense versus Carolina. Need them to show up. Don't really love that spot, but I need it. It's gonna be a tough week. It's gonna be a tough week. You have a ton of green matchups. I don't know what voodoo spell you put on fantasy for this all to happen, the stars to line up perfectly for you like you do. But I'm obviously gonna pick myself to beat you.
yeah. I'm very passionate about fantasy. It's one of the things I love most in life.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna pick myself, obviously, but I do think I have a really good shot this week, man. I'm scared of Jahmyr Gibbs playing him against Denver. Denver, their defense has been better since they lost. They got blown out by like 70 points, but still, they have one of the weaker run defenses. I think the Lions are gonna go back to their heart, the run game. We'll see if Montgomery or Gibbs ends up balling. But for K1 Infields LLC, we have an interim CEO playing this week, quarterback Matthew Stafford. He is in a matchup against Washington, who is one of the worst defenses against quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford has been a top 10 quarterback the last 2 weeks. He's been on fire. I have Alvin Kamara, Zeke. Zeke's got a lot of opportunities playing a tough KC defense, but Kamara's playing the Giants. Kamara's been balling. Got Ayuk against Arizona, Puka against Washington. So I got a little stack going with Stafford and Puka. We'll see how that goes. Laporta's playing Denver, which Denver is one of the worst against tight ends, so I expect something good there. I don't love the matchup DJ Moore against Cleveland. Cleveland's obviously a good defense, haven't been as good as of late. Still a really good defense. And then Zay Flowers against Jacksonville. So we'll see how my team plays. Aubrey, low key, really good kicker. And then I just threw in the Raiders tonight against the Chargers. They're playing a hockey stick at quarterback tonight. Little last minute waiver change there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to get started Saturday and Sunday. Gonna have a lot of heart palpitations probably. Gonna be really intense. Might be watching the games with the enemy here. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how that works out. Yeah, man, the Raiders defense is a great play. There's no way that the Chargers do anything. Backup quarterback, all the guys out. Should be
He's trying to
easy.
do a reverse jinx.
What? No, 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 no. I'm agreeing. No, 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 bro. I'm agreeing with what?
Yeah,
No, no, no,
I
no.
see what you're doing.
Raiders defense, dude. Antonio Pierce at the helm. Hell yeah. All right. That's it. Those are our picks. I'm picking myself and JJ. Kenny's picking Kenny and Mike. The legit opposite of each other. I love that. That was what make shows great. Um, let's get into our sleeper picks. Who you got? Who's someone that you think is going to burst on the bubble this week?
First in the bubble. My sleeper pick, I don't want to pick somebody on my team, so I'm going to pick Amari Cooper from the
Wow.
argument that was made
Where'd
earlier.
you get that from?
From the argument that was made earlier. Joe, again, the Browns are leading the league in pass rate. Joe Flacco, he's 38 years old and he's still slinging it,
Flacco,
man.
so
You
cool.
think they might call some run plays. I think he's just audibling every time. He's like, nope, we're passing it this time, bro. I'm old. I don't care anymore. So yeah, that's my sleeper pick, Amari Cooper. I don't think he's gonna have a crazy game. But I think he's gonna at least get like 15, 16 PPR points.
Take a look here at some guys who I think could be a sleeper. Um, you know what? I picked him last week and he let me down. He ain't gonna let me down again. Austin Eckler. This guy eventually has to have a good game. I'm not saying this because you start the Raiders. I said this last week versus the Packers. He eventually has to have a good game. Like, we understand that Austin Eckler is not what he used to be. We all get that. We don't have to beat that drum. But he's also not like I would take Austin Eckler in the Bucks right now, 100% as a third down running back. I still think he's very talented. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can still run. There's going to be opportunities tonight. I don't foresee the Chargers pushing the ball down the field. I think a lot of checkdowns from Easton Sticks to Eckler are going to happen. I think he's going to catch a lot of passes tonight. He's going to probably get out in space, and if it's a blowout, he's going to get some late yards. I like Eckler tonight versus the Raiders, but he's on the who did you pick? You picked Demar. Okay, so I picked someone who's on Grant's team. He's not really playing for anything. Let me see if I can pick one
Eckler
from.
did. He had a pretty good game last week, but
Let me see if I can pick one from uh Jefferson. I kind of made that argument earlier. Josh Jefferson's gonna have a great game. He's gonna have at least 20 points. It's gonna be old JJ this week for sure. All right, so those are our sleepers: Justin Jefferson and
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper, both wide receivers. Good picks by us. All right, week 15 NFL football. We love, 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 love this time of year. This is the time of the year where the holidays are around the corner. The schedule starts getting a little weird. We got 3 games on Saturday, a triple header Saturday. That's awesome. I
Amazing.
love that. I absolutely love that. I actually forgot about that. You just reminded me about that. I love that. Um, let's start with the game tonight. Chargers Raiders, Legion Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada. They just opened Fountain Blue Casino. I think Tom Brady is kind of a silent partner in that. Who do you like tonight?
Well, first, as much as I don't want to bring this up, we do need to say our records from last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We had last week was the worst week for myself for sure. It was the first week in the red, first losing week. I need to double check the calculations, but I'm 99.9% certain that I finished 6-9, 6 wins, 9 losses. Not a good week. A lot of bold picks didn't pan out, but I'm working extra hard this week to change that.
8-7.
Yeah, Richard is yet to go in the red. He's been low
Eight,
key on fire.
8-7, baby. Could have we I listen. I think I gotta start listening to my gut. If you go back to the podcast, I said Titans are gonna play the Dolphins tough, but I thought the Dolphins were gonna win. I thought that was literally perfectly happening. Like up in the third quarter, I'm like, they're playing each other tough. The Dolphins are gonna win. And then the Dolphins go up 2 touchdowns. I'm like, they're not playing each other tough. Then the Titans come back and score 15 unanswered and win the game with 3 minutes left. So should just pick the Titans. But 2020 vision, obviously, or whatever the hearsay, whatever hindsight's 2020, whatever. Chargers Raiders, give it to me.
Yeah, I also said that Zach Wilson was going to have a good game, and I didn't pick the Jets and whatever. But anyways, tonight I am picking the Las Vegas Raiders to win against the Chargers. Obviously, everybody that is a big football fan knows the Chargers are banged up. We talked about it on the last pod. We had a little State of the Union. I don't know why I keep using that term in these podcasts, but a little State of the Union on the Chargers. Justin Herbert's out for the season. Keenan Allen is also not playing tonight. It's going to take some guys to step up for this offense to roll. Over under is 35. That's very low. If you're not familiar with over unders, I'm going to pick the Raiders. I think the defense plays well. Obviously, why I picked them up. Raiders don't have Josh Jacobs though, which is going to hurt a little bit, but they still have other passing weapons. I'm pretty sure Aiden O'Connell is going to start tonight. He's getting some games under his belt, becoming a little bit
Yep.
more of a veteran. Going
Yep.
Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going to go Raiders too. I was thinking about taking the Chargers, but there's just not enough momentum with that Chargers team. Today was a depressing. I mean, this week was depressing for them. Justin Herbert, IR, done for the year. Brand Staley looking like a lame duck coach. He's probably going to get fired at the end of the year. The Raiders are playing for something. The Raiders are playing for Antonio Pierce. I could tell the players like him. They love him. They want him back as head coach. You still got Max Crosby on defense. You still got Devontae Adams. You still got Aiden O'Connell who can sling it when he wants to. It's just a matter of if he's going to. Um, I think overall the Raiders are just at home Thursday night. The product hasn't been great. The Chargers are not fired up for anything. Obviously, those guys are going to play. Everybody's plays for contracts in the NFL, but I don't see it tonight. I'm going to take the Raiders as well. Um, Vikings Bengals from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. What do you like here tonight? Or it's Saturday 1 p.m. What do you
Saturday,
like?
1 p.m. game.
Yep.
Okay, the first game's at 1 p.m. Good to know.
Yep.
I am going to pick the Bengals in this one. The Bengals have been on a little bit of a win streak now. I am convinced that Jake Browning is the next Tom Brady. I told Richard that. He said it's not that bold of a pick because he's already proved himself in 2 games. I still think that he's not proven, in my opinion. Also, I've been on the bandwagon since his first game. But Jake Browning is a great quarterback. He's surrounded by great weapons. It's like the Walmart version of Brock Purdy and the 49ers, in my opinion. Bengals defense, I think I've said it on every episode. They're like pretty middle of the pack, like nothing crazy. I'm gonna go Bengals. I don't think the Vikings are gonna be playing that well. The Vikings defense, though, I will say has been very good as of recent. They just held the Raiders to zero. They just held the Raiders to 0 points last week. That's good, but I'm gonna go Bengals still.
I'm gonna go Bengals as well. I usually would take the Vikings in this spot, starting a new quarterback. Justin Jefferson's coming back, but I just don't see. I think the Bengals are riding momentum. I think the Bengals have more wins in the tank. I think the Vikings are close to like maxing. They've won a lot of games they shouldn't have. I don't believe that's the case with the Bengals. I think the Bengals have won some games they're supposed to win. I think they were supposed to win last week. The Jaguars game was definitely a surprise, but that was high off of emotion. I think they're going to take care of business this week. Steelers Colts in Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis. Um, I like the Colts. I think the
Oh,
Steelers have a serious problem. And I'm not trying to dog on the Steelers, but I listen. I love Mitch Trubisky. I'm a Mitch Trubisky fan. We saw him in Tallahassee, but that offense it's not right. It's not right. It's not right what's going on over there. And the Colts are once again playing for the AFC South, and they're playing for that seventh wildcard spot. So are the Steelers technically, but a tough environment. This is usually when they say don't count Mike Tomlin out. I'm sorry, Mike Tomlin. I'm gonna have to count you out. I'm gonna take the Colts here in the spot.
I am also going to take the Colts. I watching Mitchell Trubisky last week was like just traumatic experience. I don't think Kenny Pickett's gonna be playing this game. Um, I liked the Colts last week. I still like the Colts. Obviously, in the playoff hunt. I think Zach Moss is gonna have a better game this week. This happens every episode, man. My voice just dies
Yeah,
out.
you just get choked up.
Yeah,
You love football so much.
I love football. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go Colts as well. I don't have to waste too much time on that. This next game I'm dreading.
Broncos, Lions at Ford Field in Detroit. I am taking Sean Payton and the Broncos simply because Sean Payton, this is the perfect Jedi protege matchup. He taught Dan Campbell everything he knows. Dan Campbell was a student of his in New Orleans for years, beating up on the Bucks. I know Sean Payton knows every trick in the book. I know Sean Payton knows his tendencies. I know Sean Payton has taught Dan Campbell everything he knows. The Lions are a good football team, but they have some serious issues they need to deal with. The Broncos are riding the high. The Broncos have lost a lot of games, and they're getting their get back now, and they're winning a lot of games. I love the Broncos in this spot. I know a lot of people are going to like the Lions at home. I like the Broncos.
I am so torn on this game. I think it could easily go either way. I'm actually I'm gonna pick the Lions, and I'm picking the Lions. They are at home. And I think they really like if they don't win this game, like you gotta sound the panic alarm. They've been losing uh the last few weeks, they haven't been playing well. They've been losing games. The Broncos have looked amazing. So I think this is gonna be a very competitive game. I think it's gonna be very close. Probably will come down to the last few minutes. I'm hoping I don't like the Lions kicker either. Riley Patterson, that guy misses a lot. At least extra points. I know he misses a lot, which doesn't make me love the Lions, but I think if they stick to their plan, the run game, they have such good weapons. If Jared Goff just plays a little bit better, they should they should win this game. So I'm gonna go Lions.
All right. Giants Saints from the Superdome in New Orleans. Giants. Wait. Giants.
You echo or something there?
Yeah,
No,
Giants.
I was professional. I'm gonna go Giants as well. We're not a
Yeah.
Saints friendly podcast.
Giants, New York, G-Men. Bears,
Yeah,
Browns.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say the Giants actually have looked better too with
They're playing for a wild
Tommy
card spot.
DeVito. Yeah.
They're playing for a wild card spot.
Yeah.
All right. Bears, Browns at I think this is I always screw this up. I think it's Progressive Field or like First Energy Field or something.
It says
In Cleveland.
Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Yeah, what is it called? I think it's Progressive
I think
or
I think it's just Cleveland Browns Stadium. I don't know. I'm off the app. I'm
whatever.
looking at.
Bears, Browns, Cleveland, gonna be cold. I'm taking the Bears. Everything I said about Joe Flacco and Amari Cooper, I don't discredit that, but the Browns, like at the end of the day, this is Joe Flacco back there. Like we have to remember that this isn't. I mean, Joe Flacco looked really bad versus the. I mean, he didn't look really bad versus the Rams, but he didn't look great versus the Rams. Emotional win. A lot of people singing Joe Flacco's praises is kind of in the NFL when they give you a nice slam in the door. Brown Bears. I'm not a believer in the Bears really, but they're playing spirited football. You can tell they're playing for something. They're playing for pride, I think. And the Browns now all of a sudden there's like expectations, and that's expectations kill. I want to take the Bears in a spot.
So I don't know if you know this, but the Bears are one game back from a playoff berth.
Crazy.
Obviously, there's a lot of season left to be played. The Packers right now hold the 7th spot. The Bears are one game back. My brain and everything in me right now is saying take the Browns, but I'm not. I'm going to take the Bears as well. I'm a Justin Fields believer. I think Justin Fields is better than what people let off. Um, he obviously doesn't throw for as many yards. Like somebody in our group chat sent a tweet about 300-yard plus pass games. Not going to mention who that was. Um, but he's a dual threat quarterback. I think he'll get it done this week. They got DJ Moore as a weapon. The Browns have weapons too, but their defense, Myles Garrett's been a bit banged up, and that's obviously the heart and soul of their defense. The Bears defense has been playing well. I think Yanu Nagangwe or something just got hurt for the whole
Yeah,
year, so
done
that's
for the year.
obviously a bummer. But I think the Bears are finally getting momentum after years of just misery. So I'm gonna go Bears.
Falcons, Panthers, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. I'm taking the Panthers here. I know it's a crazy pick, but this is the first home game since they fired Frank Reich. They've been playing better. Bryce Young did not look good last week at all, but they were competitive. And if he had just listen, Bryce Young, a lot of people are dogging Bryce Young because of how well CJ Stroud and Will Levis have played, and there was how Anthony Richardson played early in the year. Bryce Young is not bad. He unfortunately does not have the roster that those three other guys have. The experienced players, I mean, you got Adam Thielen, DJ Chark as your wide receivers. I mean, take with that as you will. Um, I like the Panthers in a spot. They're going to be riled up. The Falcons are. Listen, we said last week the Falcons are a very good football team. There's a lot of pressure now in Atlanta because they just lost the one seed in the NFC South. So, I'm gonna take the Panthers here. Upset alert.
Yeah, I think I think I was high on the Panthers last week.
Yep, I think we
Obviously
both
was
took the
wrong.
Panthers.
Yeah, I was obviously dead wrong on that. And I'm kind of the opposite of Richard. I'm not the biggest Bryce Young believer, although similar to the Zach Wilson situation where I think it's crazy how strong the human brain is. I think when you take the pressure off, I mean, at this point, what are they, 1-12, 1-11?
Yep, yep,
What do you have to lose at this point? Arthur Smith, I just see the arc in his story that he loses to the Panthers, solidifies him getting fired. He is a mess of a coach, in my opinion. So I'm going to pick the Panthers as well. Obviously, we're a Bucks podcast. We need that for the NFC South. So
definitely, definitely. Jets, Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami, Florida. This is gonna be a close game. Jets are playing passionate football. I think they can smell Aaron Rodgers around the corner. I don't think he's gonna come back this year, but I think they're all maybe using that as momentum going forward. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Dolphins are too talented to lose back-to-back games like that at home. I think they're gonna reflect a lot. I think this was a wake-up call for them, but they're still. But listen, this happened last year. The Dolphins, where they had a mini meltdown. I know Tua was hurt last year. Um, I don't foresee that happening again. I think they're a different team this year. I'm gonna take the Dolphins in this spot.
I'm going to take the Dolphins again. I won't be surprised if the Jets surprise. I mean, your boy Frank from Barstool tweeted some stat about the Dolphins in December. They're just
Yeah, it's
not a
bad.
December.
It's
They're
it's
not a
it.
December football team.
Yeah,
They've
it's
never
very bad.
been. They've
Mm-mm.
well, maybe they have like years and years ago before we were born, but I don't know. I'm going to take the Dolphins, but this is another one you gotta keep your eyes on. But it should be the Dolphins. They're 8.5 point favorites. They're the better team talent wise.
Definitely.
Dolphins.
Chiefs, Patriots from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Chiefs, Patriots. I'm gonna go Chiefs as well. I mean, the Patriots kind of stink. It would be. I thought for sure you'd pick Patriots though, like low key, because if you're, thinking about the Broncos, if they want a chance
Yeah,
to win the division, they would
yeah,
need the Chiefs to lose. We're
yeah.
not. We're
I
not.
just I can't do that with the Patriots. Unfortunately, I just
Yeah, you got to
I
go
like
Chiefs.
it's
I
too
can't see.
there's too much chaos going on. I don't foresee the Patriots getting back to back wins. Got to go Chiefs here.
Yeah.
Texans Titans at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Um, we don't know the status of CJ Stroud. If CJ Stroud was playing, I would definitely go Texans. This is tough because again, we're doing this Thursday. We don't know if CJ Stroud play. He's not going to play. He got a massive concussion. I'm going to go
He's not gonna.
Titans. Yeah,
I feel like we're picking the same teams every time, but I got to go Titans as well. I mean, CJ
yeah,
Stroud is trending to miss the game. He's got a
yeah,
concussion. They don't have
yeah,
Tank Dell. Nico Collins isn't playing.
yeah.
You're gonna rely on
This
Damian
this
Pierce,
this
who's
might
at
be
his.
one of those. It's so simple. It's stupid, but I think it's just simple.
Yeah, it's simple. I mean,
Yeah,
you just saw the Titans last week just beat the freaking Dolphins. Now you could see that big spike just drop, but I'm gonna go Titans. I don't even know
yeah.
who the Texans
You like I
backup is.
said. Usually, if this was a Yeah, this was a Davis Mills. If this was a like, I would say this is a super emotional game for the Titans. Gonna be a letdown, but I don't see it.
Derrick
I'm gonna
Henry
take
owns the
I'm gonna take
Texans.
yeah. 49ers Cardinals from Phoenix Stadium, Allstate, I think. Not Allstate, State Farm Stadium in Phoenix. Um, Oof, man, I really want to take the Cardinals. I really want to do it. I really want to do it, and I'm gonna do it. Cardinals over the Niners. Gonna be one of those late December games where no one expects the Cardinals to compete. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Yeah, I am shocked to see that this is a 12-point game. I'm going to stick with the 49ers. It's a safer pick, but I am shocked that they are 12-point underdogs. That is,
This has got let down, screamed all over it. The 49ers been playing out of their skulls lately. Cardinals, 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 Cardinals. All right. Commanders Rams from SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Woo-wee. I think I'm gonna do it again. I think I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna take the Commanders. I'm gonna take the Commanders coming off a bye. I'm gonna do it. The Rams are not a bad football team. They had a heartbreaking loss last weekend in Baltimore. Heartbreaking. Um, but the Commanders are all those guys are talented. They just I don't know if they have the correct coaching staff, but they are talented. I think I'm gonna take the Commanders. Man, this is tough. I probably maybe I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't get too ahead of my britches here.
do you taking the Commanders or?
I'll take the Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
Rams.
I like the case you're making,
Yeah, it's gonna be a close
but
game.
like Commanders. I mean, we all know before the trade deadline they traded away two key pieces of their D line. They have the bye week, which obviously gives them time to heal up and all that fun stuff. But Hollywood Brown's still probably not going to play this week. They're going to have like the same weapons. Sam Howell's going to throw to Trey McBride. Curtis Samuel's been playing really well. But the Rams right
Trey
now
McBride. Trey McBride plays for the Cardinals.
are wow. I was totally on the
Sam
Cardinals.
Howell's Sam Howell's gonna throw to Logan Thomas.
Yeah, Logan Tom. I would
Yeah,
no. I brain fart. Ignore everything I
Brantford.
just said. Rams.
ET.
Kyron Williams just handed the ball 45 times.
Yeah, this is actually where we're gonna find out if the Rams are uh fringe gonna sneak in the playoffs or like they can win the first round playoff team. We're gonna find out a lot about the Rams. Cowboys Bills from uh Orchard Park, Buffalo. Bills, 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 Bills. If you ain't on the Bills bandwagon now, I'm telling you, get on the Bills bandwagon right now because they ain't stopping. They ain't stopping. Bills are gonna beat the Cowboys. Bills.
It stinks that you keep picking first because I feel like I'm just copying you every time, but I'm gonna go Bills as well. The fact that they're favorites at home against the Cowboys,
That's all you need to know.
the Cowboys are a juggernaut team right
That's all you need
now.
to know right there.
Absolute juggernaut, right below the 49ers if you think about like what teams are balling right now. This is going to be a high scoring, absolute great game. 425. Wish it was the 820 game, to be honest. But I'm gonna go Bills as well. I think the Bills, comes December, this is where the real football's played. Heard Tom Brady say that again on the pod today, his Let's Go pod with Robbie
Yep.
G.
Yep.
This is where the real football's played. Bills are gonna win.
I'll let you go first here. Ravens Jaguars from TIA Bank in Jacksonville.
So this is a tough one to pick, in my opinion, because
That's a tough game.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to heal up a little bit. I think he's going to feel a little bit better with that ankle. I'm going to go Jags. I'm going to go Jags. Ravens are a great football team. Don't get me wrong. The Jags are at home. The Jags need some type of life right now. Obviously, spirits are down. Trevor Lawrence got hurt. I'm pretty sure they lost last week. I honestly can't remember.
They
Um,
did. Lost to the Browns.
Okay, yeah, exactly. They lost to the Browns, which that game was closer than when we thought. Browns obviously have a stout defense. Um, Browns offense, on the other hand, not too good. I just have a feeling that the Jaguars are going to click this week, Sunday night, and I think they're going to get the dub.
I'm also going to take the Jaguars. I think the Ravens are the probably going to if the Bills don't come out of the okay. If the Ravens don't come out of the AFC, the Bills are going to come out of the AFC, but I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. Um, with that said, the Jaguars are also a very good football team, and we can't forget that. The Ravens had a very emotional victory. I always talk about it. I know I probably sound ridiculous and annoying, But these emotional victories, they tend to, let down teams the week after. They had a very emotional victory versus the Rams in overtime on the punt return. Easily could have been a loss. The Jaguars coming off a really tough game in Cleveland. Trevor Lawrence was hurt. Trevor Lawrence, I think, got a full practice in all week. I think his ankle is probably fine now. Take the Jags here. The Jags are still a very good team, and this is great drama for the NFL. If there's a world where the Ravens lose, Jaguars win, Chiefs win, and Bills win, the media is going to go crazy. I can already see it written in the stars. So I'm going to take the Jags here. And then our Monday Night Football game, this was the flexing game. They flexed out Chiefs Patriots. That's how much they did not want to have the Patriots on the national scale. Eagles Seahawks from Lumen Field. Shout out to Lumen. Lumen Field in Seattle. Eagles. And we got to the Eagles here. Seahawks are not a bad football team. The Eagles got something to prove. This is a business trip, cross country flight. If this was Sunday, I'd take the Seahawks. This is Monday. A little extra rest, a little bit of a long week. I'm gonna take the Eagles.
I love that you took the Eagles because I'm taking the Seahawks.
There you go. Represent Lumen.
Seahawks,
Caw,
each and a
caw,
boom.
caw,
Yeah.
caw.
I'm gonna go Seahawks, which they have been in a gauntlet of a schedule. They played San Francisco twice and Dallas. And now
San
they
Fran, Dallas, San
San
Fran.
Fran.
There's
Yeah.
one more I think before San Fran that was tough. It was LA. LA Rams, San Fran, Dallas, San Fran.
Yeah, their schedule has been brutal, and it's about to be brutal again this week. They play the Eagles, which
Yep.
obviously are one of the best teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling the Seahawks are going to pull it off Monday night. Nobody expects it. Nobody expected last week the Packers to lose.
Yep.
Nobody expected the Dolphins to lose. Nobody's going to expect the Eagles to lose again. I think this is going to be the last game the Eagles lose, and they're going to go on a tear. But it's going to be one more game. They don't have the number one seed anymore. San Francisco has that. Their spirits are down. I think the Seahawks are going to take advantage. I mean, they've been playing tough football. They've been competing in some of these games against these tough teams. I still think that the Seahawks are a playoff team. I think they're going to remind people this weekend.
All right. I think this is like I said for the Eagles. I think this is a game where they kind of I don't know why the media has just spun this narrative that the Eagles offense is bad. For like 10 weeks straight, they were unstoppable. Couldn't stop on the run, couldn't stop the pass. Um, they're gonna fix it. They have talented guys, whether I want to believe it or not, they do. DeAndre Swift, I think, is gonna get a lot of touches. I think they have not gotten him involved in the run game at all. I don't know if it's an attitude problem. Someone keeps saying he has bad attitude. I haven't really seen that. I think DeAndre Swift runs hard. I think there's a bunch of Georgia players on the team that they're all play hard for each other. Um, Sirianni, say what you want about Sirianni, but his offense has worked. The media keeps nitpicking at their offense. I know they got to do a job, but I just don't understand it. So I'm gonna take the Eagles here. And then finally, our game, the game of the week in our eyes, Bucks, Packers, Lambeau Field. I'm wearing my Tom Brady Super Bowl jersey because in the NFC Championship, we went to Lambeau, we won in the frozen tundra when no one gave us a chance, where they had quote unquote 9,000 people in the crowd. Yeah, right. It's like 30,000 people there. Um, Bucks all day. Bucks all day. Would I have liked the Packers to be fat and happy coming in this game? Yes, they're not. They're probably a little pissed off from Monday night. Short week for them. Advantage for us. We've played in the cold before. We have a lot of guys on that team currently who went into Lambeau and beat the Packers. The Packers don't have a lot of guys from that 2020 team left at all. Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones, Jordan Love, Bakhtiari, if he's playing. Bakhtiari. Bucks all day. We got to run the football, turnover free football, and we got to stop it. And special teams. There's going to be a play in this game where special teams matters. I hope our special teams is the one to come on top. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a gritty game. I love us. We're going all the
Yeah,
way to the NFC South Championship.
I want to pick the Pack. I'm just kidding. I want to pick the Bucks as well.
That's not funny.
I want to pick the Bucks. News came out today. AJ Dillon apparently broke his thumb. So I think the next man up for the Packers running game is Patrick Taylor, who I don't think he's very good. Last week, I think he had a play where he had to get out of bounds and he stayed in bounds trying to get extra yards. Not a good play, just not a heads up play.
Mm-mm.
It's already hard to run on the Bucks. If they can't get the run
Already.
game going, they're going to be without Christian Watson. So the passing game,
Yep.
they're going to be doing a lot of weird stuff with Jaden Reed around the
Yep.
little sweeps and weird
Yep.
runs and all this stuff. Maybe a couple of them will work, but I'm confident. We've had people step up. KJ Britt, Servakia Dennis, however you say his first name. These guys are stepping up for the Bucks.
Servassier.
Servassier Dennis. Obviously, Kalijah Cansey is playing pretty well. You have a lot of guys stepping up on the Bucks defense. Obviously, our offense, Mike Evans didn't really have a good game last week, but we got Chris Godwin more involved. Rashad Weiss was playing really well. I
Yep.
really like our team right now. I think we're clicking. Are we like a Super Bowl contender? I don't know. I don't know. It's bold to say that. It's bold to say that. But Baker Mayfield, without a doubt, you could ask 700 people on the side of a road, who's the best quarterback in the NFC South? 700
Baker
people are
Mayfield.
going to
Not
say
even
Baker.
close.
They're all
Not
going to
even
say Baker Mayfield.
discussion. Not even
and
discussion.
I haven't been the biggest Baker believer.
Neither have I.
Jared in our group chat, Jared is the biggest Baker believer there could possibly be.
Mhm.
But I believe in Baker right now, and I think the NFC South it runs through
Right.
us.
Listen,
Runs through us.
The NFC South is our division to lose, pretty much, simply
Yeah.
put. Quick, like you said, shout out KJ Britt, Greg Gaines, Servassier Dennis, KJ Russell, guys who have stepped up. Zion McCollum. Zion McCollum I've dogged Zion McCollum. He played great last week. And make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Just like I said last week versus the Falcons, this is a game that the Bucks should win. Okay, we didn't upset the Falcons last week. That was a game that we should win. We are better than the Packers. And then you add on top of the injuries, we are a much better team than the Packers. We are healthy. Levante David is looking like he's going to play. I
He'll
think Vita
play.
Vea is going to play. I don't think Devin White's going to play, but if he plays, it's a plus. If not, KJ Britt has been flying all over the field. Sideline to sideline, made a great tackle on Bijan Robinson last week. Okay. Carlton Davis, he's playing with a pep in his step. I've dogged Carlton Davis. He's playing with a pep in his step. We're a positive podcast about the Bucks. There's no reason why the Bucks should lose this game. We should be 7-7 after this game, going into Jacksonville, where it's gonna be a tough game. Christmas Eve, I won't be there. I'll be there in spirit. That's gonna be a tough game. We all know that, but it's not a division game, so it's not the end of the world. So, but right now, we're only focused on right now. 7-7, win the day, going to Lambeau, going to Wisconsin, walk out of that place with a win.
I
That's all I
love
gotta
it.
say.
I love it. Yeah, I'm fired up for that game. This is a like you said, it's a playoff game. This is a playoff
Playoff
game.
game.
Every game from here on out is a playoff game, which is amazing to
Yep.
say. The weather is
Yep.
amazing. I do, before we wrap up, I want to give a couple special shout outs.
Yep.
If we shout out Melvin, my brother-in-law, I want to give a shout
Yep.
out to Connor, my sister's boyfriend. We want to give a
Mhm.
shout out to my mom and dad.
Yep.
Giselle, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Uh, my mom and dad too, I guess. My sisters, my beautiful fiance Mackenzie. Who else? God.
God.
The
Hey,
Bucks.
God.
Yep. Yep. But honestly, without him, obviously none of this is possible.
We're a God-friendly podcast.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up.
Love
Cool.
we love all supporters, family, friends, everything. We love you guys. We love the Bucks. I don't know. Listen, you can describe us faith family Bucks. That's it. Put bang. Bucks, 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 Bucks. That's all I gotta say. I love the Bucks. I want to win. That's all I want is for the Bucks to win. Okay. FSU got stripped from our stoles. All right. So I need the Bucks. I need the Bucks.
Yeah. We'll see you next week. This is a big weekend for Richard and I's friendship. A lot of
Yeah.
intensity.
Listen.
So
Listen. Yeah. One of us. One of us on Tuesday is gonna be here. One of us isn't. It's
yeah,
a bottom line. It's a bottom line business.
take that info with a grain of salt. But
Amen.
we'll take it. We'll see y'all later. See you next week on the next one.
Peace. Peace.